Everybody, Rosebutter here, and welcome to part 2 of my AI the Somnium Files Let's Play. In the first episode, we took control of a detective named Dante and his AI companion who lives in his eyeball, his fake eyeball, named Iba, and they are trying to solve the murder of a woman who Dante knew, and potential serial killer. Just a lot of weirdness in this game already. So we last left off with Dante taking a idol named Iris who blackmailed him into letting her come to the crime scene. So she seems like an interesting character for her to be so interested in like a murder and wanting to check out a crime scene. So that is where we're going to continue off. So let's go ahead, let's jump back into the game. Now this is pretty cool. Kind of gives you like, this is who you interacted with, and this is what happened the last time you played. It's good to know because I have been off for a week. Even though I kind of, I remember what happened. It's still nice to have like a little bit of a reminder. All right, so let's see if I can just kind of get a hold of the controls again. There's a fence around the merry-go-round. People told me like, make sure that you investigate stuff, possibly multiple times. It's a control room.
Is that a phone booth?
No, it's the control room. This is where the staff would run the merry-go-round.
I was joking.
I'm surprised someone her age knows what a phone booth is. Last night, I found Mizuki inside the central column. Oh yes, and this is the girl that he's taking care of, who just happens to be the daughter of the woman who was murdered. How convenient. Why was she in there? Because she is the prime suspect right now because she was found with the murder weapon. Local cop. I wonder if it's gonna be the cop who I kept forgetting the name of is gonna be here. He's probably gonna be pissed at me. How's the investigation coming?
It's not looking too great. We searched all over here, but we didn't find nothing.
Okay, so let's look. Iris is investigating the horse, looking over it curiously.
Hey, Iris, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here, but you're wasting your time.
What do you mean?
The cops already scoured the place. They didn't find any leads, not a single clue.
I wonder if she has a reason why she specifically wants to be at this crime scene. Maybe she knew the people? Because I don't think, it seems like she doesn't know that the woman who was murdered was Mizuki's mother, because they're friends.
If they had, they would have notified Iba.
She could just be a basic girl, like a lot of us who are just into true crime and want to check out a crime scene.
Iba?
My partner.
Your partner? I don't see anybody.
She's right in front of your eyes.
Or is she in front of my eyes?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I was trying to find some clues.
She's a natural detective, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Dante, was the body on top of this horse here?
Yeah, that's the one.
Seems like some kind of ritual murder to me. Maybe a religious cult sacrificing her to the devil or something. They conducted their ritual here, like shadowy, hooded figures, going around and around, stabbing her one by one.
That's quite an imagination. But, do you have any proof?
I do.
Well, let's hear it.
Okay, let's just say first, have you been here before?
When I was younger, but not since it closed. Kawasaki is restricted, right? No one's supposed to be here.
This amusement park, Bloom Park, is located at the heart of the Kawasaki district. It was closed 8 years ago. The closure was due to an accident at a nearby chemical plant.
I could be mistaken, but didn't Boss say that there was like a murder happened? Was it 8 years ago that was similar? Or am I just pulling that out of my ass?
An explosion caused massive amounts of chemical pollutants to contaminate the area.
It was definitely before Dante lost his memory, which was I think 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
The government quickly issued evacuation orders. Eventually, the entire district was deemed unsafe for habitation and restricted. Therefore, Bloom Park was permanently closed.
But a restricted area doesn't mean much if there aren't enough officers to patrol it. There's still plenty of ways in. You can even get in by boat. Hell, some people ignore the evac order and are still living here.
Are they okay?
I don't know, but if anything happened to them, it'd be their own fault.
Are we safe?
We are, yeah. Decontamination for this area is basically done. The chemical concentration around here isn't high enough to hurt you. You could run a marathon here and be okay.
But it's still off limits, right?
Yes, legally. That keeps the media out, at least. I'm glad. It's quieter than it usually is.
Alright, so let's ask her why she thinks it's a ritual murder.
The horses. Horse sounds kind of like Horus, right?
Wasn't? Okay, I was, the woman's eye was removed. But how many times was she stabbed? Because she says multiple people stabbing her over and over again.
What are you talking about?
I think she's just pulling this out of her butt.
You don't know Horus? Horus is the Egyptian god of the sky and sun. The right eye is the eye of Ra.
And that's the eye that was
sun.
removed, right?
The left eye is the eye of Wajet, and that one is the moon. It's the same idea behind the eye of Providence.
The Eye of Providence?
The all-seeing eye.
Oh, I see.
Yes, the all-seeing eye.
Just like what's on the back of a $1 bill.
Yeah, exactly. The Eye of Providence is supposed to be the symbol of Freemasonry and the Illuminati.
Oh no, this girl definitely checks out like conspiracy threads.
Starting to see the picture?
Not really.
I remember Ota describing the scene. He said there was an ice pick stabbed into the corpse's left eye socket.
Oh, it's the left eye, okay.
Horus? Providence? Left eye? There has to be some kind of meaning to this.
Wait, what did you just say?
What?
The ice pick was inside the victim's left eye socket?
Oh, is that something that Ota didn't tell him?
Yeah?
Ota told you that? He's sure that's what he saw.
Yeah. Why?
When we arrived at the scene, the ice pick was not in the victim's eye socket.
If Ota's telling the truth...
He would have no reason to lie about such a detail.
Interesting. And then she had it afterwards.
Mizuki?
No. That'd be pretty crazy if it turns out that she did do it, but the roof of the merry-go-round. There's a hole in it now from all the years of weathering. There's those skewered
Mr.
horses
Dante,
again.
That horse.
That was stored in the warehouse nearby. Some kids must have broken in and put it up as a joke.
Or she's like, or it's part of the ritual. Panda ride. The type that you put a coin in.
Black and white bear? I'm not gonna be punished, am I?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just thinking about it. Like...
Danganronpa. Clever, clever. I like that nod. That's very funny. There's a Ferris wheel. It still reminds me of a giant eye staring down. A lot of mentions of eyes, huh? Kabasaki district buildings in the distance. Bleh. Okay, so how do we... Can we investigate closer? It's a bench. I wonder how many couples sat there. Makes me kind of angry for some reason.
I would burn all those damn benches if I
Wow, Dante, calm
Where
down.
is this anger coming from?
Last night I found Mizuki there. Okay, so... What do I do from here?
But hey, if you sense any trouble, you can hop in there and change.
How old are you, making that reference?
I suspect that she did not give you her real age.
Yes, I literally said that. Is she secretly like 35 years old, 40 years old? She just looks really good for her age. She says she's 18, right? Okay. I've talked to the policeman. Iris doesn't have anything else to say. Is there a way for me? Oh, okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, there's another policeman. Local cop. Except he doesn't have anything to say either, apparently. I'm just gonna click around until something happens. So let's...
I know what you're thinking, Mr. Dante. You wanted to see me dance on that
What?
pole, huh?
What the hell are you talking about?
Ah, the horse. Right, that makes sense that we're gonna want to investigate the horse.
Last night, Shoko's corpse was on top of the horse.
It has been removed. The body has been transported to headquarters for autopsy and review.
Alright, let's zoom in, see if we can find anything else out about this. Shoko's corpse was tied up here. Wait a second.
Iva, Can you show me the earliest recorded images of the scene of the crime?
What is your intention?
Shoko's cause of death was blood loss from multiple stab
Okay,
wounds.
so she was stabbed multiple times. Maybe Iris is right. Maybe this is a ritual murder.
Naturally, there should be plenty of blood.
Ah, so they're saying that she was possibly killed somewhere else and brought here.
Agreed.
But there isn't a single drop on the horse.
You think that would be something that Dante or the cops would have caught the first time they saw it?
And it was like this when we found it.
Correct. There are no signs of blood being wiped or washed off, either.
That must mean...
Quite the thing to overlook, I would think. See if Iris has anything to say about that. We should go. And I talk to the cops about that and be like, hey, we overlooked something pretty major here. Apparently not. Alright, let's get out of here.
Aw, come on! Just a little longer.
No, I'm already in enough trouble bringing a civilian in here.
Okay, I guess.
I doubt that she's going to only blackmail him the one time. Oh. With that video. She's just gonna keep blackmailing him.
Are you okay?
Morning sickness.
What? You're pregnant? What? Or is she just joking?
I'm kidding.
God damn it, this girl.
It's not like I would know.
Get on. I'll give you a ride home.
Yeah, score.
Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Rude.
No, it's rude to ask a lady that.
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh?
You can tell just by lifting me?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, let's not let this get romantic. She
Your
could
back is so warm, Mr.
she could be
Dante.
lying about her age, but she's 18. If she's 18 and he's 30. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You know, I'm feeling kind of bored.
Seriously?
Steering wheel. Very important information. Glove box.
You know how stuff always gets beat up when you put it in here? Don't you wish they could make these things a little nicer?
Alright, let's look over. Anything else? Glove box. Alright, I suppose I should talk to her. How are you feeling?
Oh, horrible.
Shame.
Ow. You should worry about me more.
Looks like you're feeling better now.
Maybe I'm just acting.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What if I threw up right here?
Please
I
don't.
would put it right back where it came from.
What? Ew.
That makes me actually want to throw up.
What a threat. If you throw up, I will shove it back into your mouth. Iris, open the passenger window. Yeah, if you're gonna throw up, do it out there, please.
Wait, seriously?
No, but I am kind of warm.
The current temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity 60%. It is unlikely that heat would be a factor.
Hey Dante, they say when you stick your hand out of a car going 100, you get a rush like you're holding D cups.
Hey, watch it! You'll get your arm ripped off.
Relax, I'm invincible. My arm regenerates like an alien's.
Didn't you tell me that you're gonna die soon?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. This girl is very strange.
It feels strange.
Your hand?
No, not that. It feels like I've met you before.
This game is so strange already. I wouldn't be surprised if everything is true. The fact that she's met him before. Well, he had the flashback, right? He has met her before. But there's also, like, she could maybe be a robot and can regenerate her limbs. She could be dying soon. She could be a whole bunch of things.
Well, that's nice. But if you don't get your damn hand back in this car right now...
Okay, okay. The wind feels nice. You should come in.
No, that's alright. I'm gonna head home.
I was gonna say, this seems like a recipe for disaster. Wait, does this room look... Am I just thinking, is this room look a little familiar? Was this the room that was in his Somnium or whatever, or was that his place?
Oh, going home already?
Maybe all the rooms just look a little bit different. I said my goodbyes, then turned to leave. Maybe he's gonna realize, like, wait a minute, this place looks familiar. But out of the corner of my eye... Ah, that's the woman that was in the dream! The woman in the dream. This place does look familiar. Or at least she looks familiar. Yes.
Oh, who is this, Iris?
I felt my body freeze. Because that woman, she's... Oh, is she gonna be the next person that's gonna be killed by this killer? Her eye didn't get removed, so no, it can't be. It can't be. I felt like my mind and body were being torn in opposite directions. As I stood there stunned, Iris grabbed my hand.
Come on, I'll make some tea.
You're...
Nice to meet you. I'm Iris's mother, Hitomi.
Okay, I think someone said that the person who, I don't know if it's the Japanese voice actress for this woman is apparently Beatrice's voice actress from Umineko. I could be completely wrong about that. I thought I remember reading a comment about this woman and Beatrice, so I doubt that she's doing the English voice for her. Now kind of makes me want to do the, like, check out the Japanese just to see if I could tell.
Miss Hitomi.
And you are?
Kaname Dante from the MPD.
Police? Are you a detective?
No, Mom. Mr. Dante said he's...
Iris?
Oh, right. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'd be a little concerned if my daughter was being brought home by a detective or a police officer. After an awkward silence, Iris brought us some tea on a tray. She put everything down on the table and sat down on the sofa. Yeah, there's the flower, right? I'm looking around. This is definitely, this looks like the room. There's the light. Yeah, this is it. This is the same place. And then there's the door I went through.
The flowers.
It's an iris.
Interesting.
An iris? I thought those bloom in May.
That's the winter iris. Iris ungicularis. They bloom in the cold.
And that's
They
what
bloomed just this morning.
Iba said too, right? It's a winter iris.
I see.
In the language of flowers, the iris means good news and hope. When I saw the flowers this morning, I just knew something good would happen.
I got to go to a crime scene. Yeah. I'm gonna investigate all this. There's a drawing on the wall. I wonder if Iris drew this when she was younger. They all look like they're covered in dirt. What? I can't see them from here, but there's probably a sink and stove on the other side. This place is kind of, like, it looks like it's not very lived in. There's a lot of dishes. Okay, let's check out that light. Very important. The lights are off. A bookshelf. There are no books on it, but it's definitely a bookshelf. I saw it in a catalog before, so I know. Mysterious object. There's a calendar and a strange object on the shelf. It reminds me of a kind of angel. What is that object? The front door. Shoebox. I wonder what they smell like.
You are
Dante. Ew, he's in defeat.
Hey,
Ew.
these thoughts are private, okay?
Ew, we're learning more and more about this boy. This is why it's good to check these things out. It could be something completely mundane like, this is a shoebox, but then you might learn a little bit something about him. Okay, let's scroll a little bit more. Iris and her mother Hitomi are sitting on the sofa. Steam is rising from the tea. Door in the back of the room. Is he not going to comment about how this looks just like the place that was in his dream? You can see the trees and sky outside. Okay, well, I guess we should talk to them. You look chipper.
You think so?
Yeah,
I was just thinking about a hunch I had this morning.
a hunch.
There are flowers blooming behind me, right?
There are, yeah? What about them?
About the flowers. Iris was hinting about the flowers blooming behind her. That's it? Oh, okay. Iris is looking this way. You were saying?
Mr. Dante, please drink your tea. It's getting cold.
Oh, right.
We haven't even touched our cups.
Well then, let's have a sip.
Uh-oh, hopefully I'll be able to continue on with the conversation.
Are you left-handed?
Oh,
Mom used to be right-handed. But now...
Interesting. Never heard of someone becoming, like, their other hand unless they train it later in life. I feel like...
it locked up on me.
Oh.
I see.
Okay, yeah, I can see her arm is kind of just learning more and more about this. Okay, so I'm not getting any more information about that. How long have you been living here? Because it looks like you guys just
Since I
moved
was
in.
born.
Does not look
My
like
mom
it.
was living here before that.
I grew up in this house. I've made a lot of memories here. I've thought about moving before, but I just couldn't bring myself to leave this place.
Why were you considering moving?
Well, because there was... well, I don't know.
Huh?
You seem to be doing well.
Yeah, thanks to you. I feel as tough as a lion. Rawr!
How am I supposed to react to that?
Don't think about it. You'll only hurt yourself.
Alright, now let's find out about this mother. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna come out and... How old are you? How much do you weigh? About Renji... Okay, that name, yes.
By the way, I heard that you were friends with the president of Lemniscate, Mr. Okiura.
Everything kind of just ties together. The fact that she happens to be friends with people that he's friends with and has their, you know, is taking care of their daughter, and then apparently he knew Iris before he lost his memories. Everybody's tied together.
Renji was my classmate at Eitoku High. We've known each other for 20 years now.
Eitoku High.
You know it?
I know everything on the internet.
So 20 years, so she's, once again, people not looking their age, so she's probably in her 40s at least, I would say? Do you know Renju's ex-wife?
Yes, I do. But I only met her twice. Once at Renju's wedding, and then again just a few months ago. Why do you ask?
No reason.
Where do you work?
I'm a teacher at the local elementary school.
A teacher. Must be a tough job.
Oh, not for me. I love children. Even the struggles and challenges are quite rewarding for me.
Let's look at her and see. I saw her. I saw her in my dream last night. No, that's impossible. May I ask how old you are? Because I'm just rude like that.
I'm 37.
Oh, 37, okay.
And Miss Iris here is 18?
Yup.
Ah, see how
You were
she
very young when you
answered.
had her.
Wow, geez, Dante, you're just... wow.
Yes, just 19 years old.
What about your husband?
I mean, I get he's a
I don't have
detective,
one.
so he's got to ask these questions, but it still seems a little intrusive. But then we've got this picture here. Can I mention that? Be like, well, who's that in the picture?
Divorce?
Mr. Dante, please.
It's all right, Iris. I've never been married.
A single mother.
Yes.
They'd shut that shit down real fast. I want to talk about the picture, though. Goodbye. He's like, I can tell that I've maybe gone a little bit too far here.
Well, I think it's time for me to be heading home.
I can see why Dante doesn't really, I think Iba said about how every time he tries to, like, have people over at his place, it never ends well. He's a little bit of an awkward person. I just love the clothing choices. I just love that he's got the purple gloves to just match everything else. Quite the fashion choices. I stood and headed for the door. Iris and Hitomi stood politely.
Mr. Dante, we'll see each other again, right?
You sure you want that? I'm a cop after all. If you ever see me again, it probably won't be under the best of circumstances.
Oh,
But because you're Mizuki's friend, yeah, we might see each other again. She is kind of like my roommate after all.
what?
Yeah,
Anyway,
that...
you see me.
I'm gonna just leave and give no context for that at all. Amazing. Oh my god, he's so awkward. I love him. Oh, right. Yes.
Excuse me.
Right. I could see myself doing the same thing. Be like, oh shit, sorry.
All right. Take care, Dante.
So interesting about her arm. What happened there? And the fact she says she's a single mother, but then there's that picture of what seems like a family.
Dante, let's go over the facts of the case.
Good idea.
All right, let's hear the timeline of events.
Iba, can you give me a timeline of the events of the crime?
It seems a little. I like he's driving and he's basically has one eye is just that's not available. It seems a little dangerous.
At once.
And that he's seeing all this stuff while he's driving. Talk
I
about
wonder who
distracted
sent that
driving.
dial message to Mizuki.
Okay, approximately 5 p.m. Shoko's TOD. Approximately blank p.m. Mizuki receives Nile message, unknown sender, request to come to Bloom Park. Approximately 8:10 p.m. Mizuki calls Ota, asks him to accompany her to Bloom Park. 9 p.m. Mizuki and Ota discover Shoko's corpse. Ota leaves Mizuki, flees crime scene. 9:05 p.m. Ota reports crime via payphone. 9:30 p.m. First responders arrive on scene, discover Shoko's corpse. Approximately 10:50, Dante arrives at the scene.
Probably the culprit themselves.
But Mizuki wouldn't obey the instructions of a complete stranger.
Then Mizuki knew the sender.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or the suspect used her friend's phone.
Iba, can you hack into the phone and find out who sent the Nile message?
Nile's security protocols are intricate. It will take time to decipher.
About Shoko's corpse.
The estimated time of death is yesterday, Friday, around 5 p.m. The cause of death is blood loss from multiple stab wounds to the torso. The weapon used to commit the murder is almost certainly the ice pick Mizuki was holding when we discovered her. There were no fingerprints, hair, or other clues left behind by the culprit.
Okay. Bloodstains.
When we arrived on the scene, there was no blood on the horse the body was mounted upon.
Which means the merry-go-round wasn't the murder scene. Shoko was killed somewhere else, and then brought there to be displayed. That means Mizuki couldn't have done it. She's 12. She can't move a body or drive a car.
Were you considering her a suspect?
That's part of the job. If there's even the slightest possibility.
Then this is good news. It means the likelihood of Mizuki being the killer is almost zero.
I knew that from the start. She would never put her hands on her own mother. She doesn't have what it takes to commit murder.
Okay, why was Mizuki inside the column? That's the big question.
Perhaps she was playing hide and seek.
Hide and seek?
It was not a serious suggestion. I was merely joking, as
I'm
you
guessing
call it.
whoever it was knocked her out, stuck her in that column with the weapon, waiting for her to be found by the cops. Or somebody. Okay, so we'll talk about Shoko's corpse again.
The corpse was found tied up on one of the horses of the merry-go-round. This makes it clear that the killer had no intention of hiding their crime. Rather, it appears as though it was displayed deliberately.
Do you think?
Our perp wants the limelight.
Or is attempting to send some kind of message.
Okay, we got more information about Shoko's corpse.
The corpse was found with her left eye removed. That eyeball has yet to be found. According to Iris's testimony, when Ota first discovered the body, the ice pick was still lodged in the left eye socket.
Which means that the killer came back at some point between the time where Ota left and when the cops showed up.
So why did Mizuki have the ice pick?
Yeah, but then she'd have to have... Yeah, that's the big question. Because they'd have to remove the ice pick. I'm assuming the killer would have to remove the ice pick and then give it to Mizuki and shove her away and then leave in a pretty short amount of time.
Could she have taken the eye?
Anything on your mind?
Yes, as a matter of fact. I checked the surveillance cameras around Bloom Park again, and I noticed something strange.
Something strange?
There were no cars. Yesterday, in the parking lot and the streets in the vicinity, there was not a single vehicle.
But Dante did say that people could get there by boat, right? So maybe
sure?
someone brought her by boat.
I am.
Then, how did the suspect move the corpse?
I have no idea.
Welcome back. I brought her here after her examination was over.
I think Boss is my favorite character so far. Okay, we got some interrogating to do, though. She seems a little out of it, which makes sense. She looks a little dead behind the eyes.
No, still can't talk.
Was it okay for you to bring her here?
I got permission from the hospital. Apparently, the hospital director has been poking a few of the nurses.
Oh.
So I asked him about that, and
Oh.
all of a sudden he seemed very open to
Okay.
the idea.
That's not permission, it's blackmail.
Same thing.
We're dealing with a lot of blackmail in this game so far.
You know what you need to do now, right? Sync with her.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, this is something completely new. I'm like, I've heard about the syncing, but this is my first time doing it. I can't get up with this guy. This guy, like, he looks like, I keep saying, he looks like a villain or a gym leader from Pokemon. Strange strings of characters and figures scroll across the monitor. Boss is watching Mizuki through the glass. Did you get Renji's permission?
Renji Okiura is Mizuki's legal guardian. Did you get permission from him?
I couldn't get in touch with him.
What? I thought he was being questioned by a local unit.
His questioning ended around noon. He hasn't been heard from since.
Why would he?
I don't know.
Are you sure you want to do this?
If we don't do it now, then when? This is exactly the kind of situation Abyss was founded for. Besides, if you dive into Mizuki's subconscious, you may be able to help her. Her aphonia is psychogenic. Physically, she's fine. Her injuries are mental.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did mention that too.
Which is understandable after seeing her mother like that. You may be able to heal her, Dante. You just have to sync with her.
I wonder by syncing with her, I'll also
Everyone
like,
who can.
I can see from her eyes what she saw maybe, or like access her memories.
You're asking me that now? I'm asking you to sync with Mizuki because we have no progress. Maybe Mizuki saw something at the scene. Maybe she went inside that merry-go-round to hide. But she isn't answering any questions. The only way to find out is to dive into her subconscious mind. Don't you agree?
Pewter. About Iba.
Hey, Pewter? About Iba. Could you do something about her personality?
Do something about it?
It wouldn't kill her to be more modest. Maybe a little more ladylike?
If you dare reprogram me, I will self-destruct in your eye socket.
Huh. So you were listening, huh?
How's Mizuki doing?
Her vitals are stable. Her EEG is also stable. I think we can proceed.
Nope. Sure this is okay?
She's only 12. You sure this is okay?
The machine is safe. I can guarantee that. You have nothing to worry about.
That's Pewter. His real name is Amanoma, but he goes by Pewter here. 36 years old and dressing like that. He's a member of Abyss, like me. He's a genius engineer that designed the sync system and other machines. He also invented Iba. He's her caretaker in a way. Alright, I suppose I've been delaying this long enough. There's an enormous machine beyond the window. This machine is known as the sync machine. Alright, let's look. Mizuki is lying in the sink machine on the other side of the glass. I'll try talking to her. She can't hear me from here. Binder full of papers. It looks like the manual for the sink machine. Okay, so how do I actually go down there? I want to use it, right? Okay, there we go. Are you ready?
We are ready to begin.
Dante, go to the sink room.
Got it.
Agent Dante, Mizuki is reacting. Her heart rate is rising and her brainwaves are showing signs of disturbance. She may be getting nervous about the procedure.
Dante, try to calm her down.
How do I do that?
It's true that she can't speak to you, but she can hear you. Try talking with her.
Sure thing, boss.
As Dante, I will probably say the wrong thing because he doesn't seem great at this. Alright. About Abyss, about the sink gear. So here's what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna be inside your head. I'll be looking for clues about the culprit.
Not only that, we will also attempt to discover the cause of Mizuki's muteness and rectify it. With her aphonia cured, we can ask her further questions directly.
Mizuki, I've never told you this, but I'm not an ordinary policeman. I belong to a special investigation unit called Abyss. Advanced Brain Investigation Squad. We explore the human mind with state-of-the-art technology and research.
Oh, that's weird. It didn't say that that is our purpose.
There are a billion kinds of suspects and persons of interest out there. People that lie, people that don't say anything, people that have head injuries, or some that have deep mental wounds that keep them from talking. So, how do we get clues from these people? We have to get inside their heads. The truth is in their minds. Our job is to find it. I know it looks scary, but trust me, there's nothing to be afraid of. There's no pain, no side effects. When this is all over, you'll go back to your regular life like this never happened. Sinking is what we call diving into someone's subconscious mind. You sink deep down into their psyches, and you synchronize with their true selves. People like me are called sinkers. Sinkers enter the subject's subconscious, which is a dreamlike state we call Somnium. It's Latin for dream. There are 6 sinkers at Abyss. I'm one of them.
Alright, sink chair, the subject's chair. The person sitting here is the subject of the sinking. Okay, when this is all over...
Hey, Mizuki. When this is all over, what should I say?
Oh, okay. When this is all over... Do I... like, what? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's go. Oh, this is interesting, because I'll be able to go into the files and see what she likes, right? And oh, I like this, so I can kind of, like, figure out, based on their profile, what they like, and then I can tailor my answers to that. So, first of all, we have some new stuff here about Iris. So we learned her age. She likes the occult. I like that it updates too as you learn hobbies, singing, dancing, let's plays. Iris is an internet idol belonging to the entertainment office. Lemnesque. That name is so awkward to say. Lemniscate. Her stage name is Aset, but her friends call her Tessa. She's Hitomi's daughter and good friends with Ota and Mizuki. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that they do like update as you learn more about a character. And then Hitomi is also a new character. Elementary school teacher, likes children. Okonomiyaki, friends, Iris, Mizuki. Dislikes antisocial people, war, sickness. Hobbies, reading, gardening, watching zombie movies. Skills, plays the video game involving shooting down alien invaders. Hitomi is Iris's mother and unmarried. Her parents died in an accident when she was 17. Whoa, I didn't learn that information. She raised Iris alone. Due to an injury in the past, she can't move her right arm. Pewter. Likes multiples of 16 chairs. Tokoroten, Amore, dislikes bugs, cats, conservatives, Cyclopses. Hobbies, working with machines, collecting doujins, magical girls. Peter is Abyss's engineer and a brilliant scientist. Currently, he is responsible for maintaining the sink machine and preparing sinks. He also invented Aiba and set her personality to his liking. Okay, so let's check out not Iris, Mizuki. Okay, so she likes ramen, she likes stew, metal pipes, that is a strange thing for her to like, dislikes raw seafood and how Dante holds chopsticks. Studies martial arts and enjoys emotionally attacking Dante. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, so she likes tonkotsu, ramen, stew, and nagi. So, yeah, there we go. We got the appendix as well, the sink. The Illuminati, a secret society allegedly formed in Ingolstadt, Bavaria in 1776. Originally just a private club of university professors and students, but now it has become... Actually, I better stop now before I mysteriously disappear. Okay, so let's get out of here. When this is all over... So, Anagi, let's get some of that stew that you like. Let's get some ramen. What about stew? She likes stew, right?
Hey, remember when we went last time? You were laughing about how it looked like throw up, but it tasted so good. You were devouring it. You kept saying it looked awful, but you loved it.
Do you not have a more heartwarming story, or...
I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this.
Dante, her heart rate is
There we go, it worked though.
EEG is stable.
Dante, get into position. Let's begin.
Oh, and Special Agent, I forgot to mention one thing. I added a new feature to the sync system.
A new feature?
You'll learn more when you're synced. It's very useful.
Sure, got it.
Dante, you ready?
Okay, ready anytime.
Remember, Dante, you have only 6 minutes in the Somnium.
Oh no, I've got a time limit. I hate that.
Longer, and your consciousness will be absorbed by the subject.
Alright, let's do it.
I know. I'll find a lead and get out in under 6
No,
minutes.
I don't like this, especially as someone who likes to, like, explore things. Okay, well, let's do it. 6 minutes.
Well then, let's begin.
Ooh, okay.
What was that?
Nothing. I was merely trying to enter the scene like a cybernetic assassin from the future.
Well, if you're trying to do that, you have to do it naked. Is this Bloom Park? Lightning and a birdcage. Maybe this is representative of Mizuki's state of mind.
The fact that Shoko was killed here must weigh heavily on Mizuki's heart.
Mizuki should be inside that column.
To get the information we need, we will have to deal with the lightning.
Oh no,
and the
alright,
cage
it's like
and
a
get to
puzzle.
Mizuki.
Okay.
Move fast, or time is going to run out.
Unnecessary. Look around.
Look around?
This is the new feature of sync that Pewter mentioned.
You can stop time?
Well, that's helpful.
Only when standing still.
Okay, okay.
Time is moving incredibly slowly. Currently, you and I are transmitting information at high speed, so it only appears as though time has stopped. Are you familiar with the concept of time dilation?
It has to do with relativity, right? Two people can experience time differently depending on space-time.
This is similar to that. The flow of time in Somnium is different than the real world.
This could be useful. You can only stay in Somnium for 6 minutes, right? But with this, you could take your time and explore.
Good, I like that.
Let's get started.
Because I didn't like the idea of having to rush things, right? Like,
Somnium scan. Activate.
okay, so we gotta do these mental locks again. Okay. Feel Mizuki's heart, sinking in the pain. Mizuki is mute. By healing her mental wounds, you may be able to get more important information.
To reach Mizuki, something must be done about the lightning that keeps striking the birdcage.
Lightning's supposed to strike at the highest point.
An ice pick piercing Shoko's photograph.
Aiba.
I don't like the horses moving as if they're in pain. That's kind of creepy.
I see. It must be connected to the ice pick.
Okay. So as long as I'm not moving, time will stay still. But if I do move, then the timer starts, I'm guessing.
Healing Mizuki should be your top priority.
I know.
Alright, there's a 6-minute time limit in Somnium. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save right now, just in case, so I don't have to redo this if I screw it up. Time is experienced whenever Aiba is moving or performing an action. Pay attention to the remaining time left in the upper right of the screen. Unlock all mental locks within the 360-second time limit. Oh god, okay. Okay.
An ice pick stabbed into Shoko's photograph.
Pull out. Ooh, push in. Oh, and each thing I do is going to affect the time. Okay, so what? Alright, let's try pulling out.
Right. No one would want to see their mother like this.
Oh, and then the lightning's gonna hit that highest point. So then the lightning won't strike the birdcage.
What is this?
Something happened over there.
There we go, there we go. Well, that was easy enough. Okay, we got checkpoints, that's good. Redirected the lightning with the lightning rod.
Pillar became a lightning rod.
It looks like we can get to the birdcage now.
Our next step must be to remove it.
This is pretty cool. Okay.
Dante, we got a timey.
A timey? Does that mean we got time back?
Time induction matter in encephalon. You can think of it as an item that affects the flow of
They
time.
love their acronyms, don't they?
Using this, you can slow down or speed up time in Somnium.
Is this another function Pewter added?
Correct.
Sounds like a dream.
Well, it is a dream. And because it is a dream, extraordinary things such as this are possible.
I don't know why you'd want to speed up time, but okay.
Guess I'll try to use them where I can.
Okay, timies are items that affect time. You will sometimes obtain them when you perform an action. Timies only affect the time taken to perform an action. You are only able to hold 3 timies. Picking up a timey when you already hold 3 will replace one. Timies are expended after one use, but use them as often as you can. Okay. Okay, so got the microphone and the control room.
This appears to be the microphone for the speaker.
Threaten and shout. Okay, so 10 seconds. 25. I do appreciate the fact that the time does stop when I'm making a decision, because otherwise this would be very stressful. 1 of 4. I'm a little confused about this 1 of 2 or 1 of 4, like what that means. And then the seconds, like, does something that takes more seconds, does that mean that it's more likely to be effective? Alright, well 25 seconds is a decent amount, so let's make time and let's threaten and see what happens.
Listen up, miscreant. I know you're hiding in there.
Oh, that might not have been the right thing to do.
Put down your weapon and come out with your hands up.
Nothing happened.
Your parents would be very disappointed in
Oh
you.
man, if I'm yelling at Mizuki, this is awful. This
You
is...
can fix this. You have so much to live for. You can't give up hope now.
You're having fun, aren't you?
Okay, that didn't work very well.
A mic.
Let's try shouting and see what that does. This feels kind of useless, but
Stop it.
it's kind of fun to see what happens.
Stop it already!
Oh, that was... Oh yeah, that was no good. That was no good. Okay. Panda pieces. Oh no, Monokuma, what has happened to you?
The panda is in awful shape.
Put back together. Make time, make time. Okay, let's make some more time and let's put it back together.
Leave it to me. I am quite skilled at this. Or at least
Oh no.
I was.
Your overconfidence is your weakness.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That didn't... Okay.
Agent Dante, you've got 5
Okay, okay, okay. I just feel like I'm doing useless things now just to see what happens. And also these controls and the cameras not helping. Okay, so we gotta get to the maybe the control room. Can I do something with that?
The control room of the merry-go-round lifted out of the ground.
Okay, let's open it and see what happens.
What is
I
your
probably
plan once I am
won't be able to
inside?
open it.
It is a control room. Maybe we can do something in there.
I do not think it will be that easy.
Just try it.
I'm just wasting time, aren't I? Oh, okay. What in the world?
I didn't expect to see this inside.
At least
I
the
do not
time
see an
stopped.
exit either.
But there's something suspicious here.
No, what's this?
I see 2 bird cages.
Looks like there's something inside them. Take a look.
Oh, okay, the time's starting again. Okay.
A bird cage. There are ripped pieces of paper inside.
Okay, let's lift it. Oh, that's 55 seconds. No, let's use the timey. All right, let's lift you up.
All right, leave it to me. It is heavier than it looks.
There we go. All right, sweet, did it. Going in here was the right thing to do, because I was like, oh, 55 seconds just to, you know, lift that up. I was like, oh, this is gonna be important.
Nothing happened.
All I did was move the cage.
Retry will allow you to return to a save point just after unlocking a mental lock. Oh, okay. But you only have 3 retries. Going back 1 lock costs 1. Going back 2 costs 2, and going back 3 locks will cost all 3. You regain your 3 retries by selecting restart from the menu or by failing the sync. This is likely your best option if time is low. Okay, so let's check out the paper here.
There are torn pieces of paper.
Okay, let's use the timey again and piece it together.
Leave it to me.
Because I can see that's a...
puzzles like this.
Oh, yeah, that looks like Mizuki. There's the panda, so it's like a picture that they took of her when she was younger at the park, I'm guessing. So maybe this is a place that Mizuki's been with her, yeah, her family before. So this was having her mother brought there and displayed. There's a reason why that happened. Okay.
You were able to get out?
So the photo was the key. I remember it clearly. One day, I came home to find that photo torn up in the trash can. When I asked Mizuki about it, she started to cry. I don't know why she tore up that photo, but whatever her reason, it seems she regrets it. Since we repaired the photo in Somnium, the bird cage.
Mizuki must be having a hard time.
But the cage is gone. We can get to Mizuki now.
Do you not see the
Oh my
horses
gosh.
spinning at hurricane
So we're gonna
speeds?
have to stop that.
You can do it if you try.
No, you can't.
All right, fine. We have to stop the spinning.
Alright, selecting the map icon will bring up a map of the current Somnium world. If you're lost or want to save time, try checking the map. Okay, let's check the map. Okay, so... So the objectives, the microphone, the gate, the panda ride, parasol. Okay, so we gotta go to the parasol. We've already checked out the microphone. The gate, the panda ride we weren't able to put back together. That's obviously very important. Okay. Well, let's check out the parasol really quick. This is gonna be the big one. There's only 1 mental lock left, so...
The parasol is spinning.
Spin more, right on top, stop. Right on top. Okay. So let's stop it. Because if we stop the spinning of the parasol, maybe we can stop the spinning of the merry-go-round. There we go. Well, that was easy.
I didn't think it would be that easy.
I didn't think so either. Oh, there she is.
Let's go. We have to save Mizuki.
Affirmative.
Okay, If you choose the correct answer as your final action, you can actually exceed the 360-second time limit. Ah. Even if it seems like you don't have a lot of time, don't give up. You might be able to do it. Peter's sleep-talking. More than 1 second? When you clear, you get a prize? No, boss. Anything but that. Okay. But
Agent Dante, you've got 4 minutes.
there's still the whole thing about the panda. The panda is obviously very important. So I'm still gonna go back and check it, because I mean... Oh, it looks pretty demonic now. That looks very scary. Okay, so we literally do just have to go back this way. There's the merry-go-round horse, so let's check that out. Right? Rescue... Okay. Alright, we just have to go to Mizuki. We have to choose the right answer here.
It's Mizuki!
Slap her, smile at her, make her laugh. Okay. Let's make time. Alright. Let's hug her, and let's hope that she won't slap us away. Aww.
Mizuki.
Alright, we did it. With still quite a lot of time to spare. I imagine that the later sinks will probably get more and more difficult. Oh yes, there's the gate. I didn't investigate the gate. Okay. It seems like it would be too straightforward for it to be the father. And I chose the right answer. Hooray! Yes? Oh, I didn't get all my time back, so maybe that wasn't the actual correct answer. But we did it either way, so... That was pretty cool. I like that. I like that there's kind of some puzzle aspects to it. Day 2, Saturday. Alright, now go hug her. Maybe that's what she actually needs in real life. Even though, Dante, you are the most awkward human ever, give her a hug.
Are you okay?
Dante... Dante!
Looks like she can talk again.
After she had calmed down, I asked her a few questions. I asked her about last night, about the Nile message, about Ota, and about Shoko. I know that after Ota ran off, something must have happened to make Mizuki want to hide. Okay, so let's, we'll talk to everybody but Mizuki, the person we actually need to talk to. How does Aiba appear in Somnium?
Aiba is linked to your brain with an artificial nerve. To put it more simply, Aiba is a part of your brain. During syncing, your consciousness is sent into the subject's Somnium. Part of Aiba's self is also synced, but only a part. Not all of Aiba's functions are transferred into Somnium.
So that's why Somnium Aiba is so dumb.
You have a way with words,
Don't call me
Dante.
dumb.
About Aiba's appearance. No, we're gonna get to her appearance now. You gonna
Hey,
make
Peter,
another
When
comment?
we were in Somnium earlier, Aiba was in human form. She's never looked like that before.
What? Didn't she look like that when you were in your Somnium?
That was Aiba's idea.
What?
I thought you would be more pleased. I designed it to your taste.
What part of that was my taste?
I know everything inside your mind. You don't have to hide it.
Pewter, Aiba's broken. She's talking crazy.
I am not broken.
Perhaps Aiba admires the human form.
It's not that. It was just a little something. I consider Kaname Date to be my host. I owe him gratitude. I simply thought that appearance would make him happy.
Why would that make me happy?
I love there's the stereotype about, like, the cop and their partner and they don't get along. I like that the partner he has is in his eyeball. About the figure I saw.
Oh, that. I saw it too.
Who or what do you think it was?
Most likely someone Mizuki saw in person projected into her subconscious. Dreams can only be constructed from images and experiences the subject was present for. Mizuki's Somnium couldn't have contained that figure if she didn't see it in person. Of course, not everything we see in our dreams looks exactly the same as it did in the real world. You saw some strange things in Somnium earlier, didn't you, Dante? That event you experienced is obviously not as it happened in reality.
I wonder if he's going to bring up to Peter about the dream he had where he saw Iris's mother die, even though she's obviously alive. It's like he's seeing premonitions of things that are going to happen.
Dreams are a collage of many memories, intertwining and blending with each other. Your skills as a sinker allow you to untangle those dreams and solve mysteries no one else can. In a normal dream, the person experiencing the dream cannot remove themselves from it. Dreams are first-person experiences. However, the circumstances are slightly different during a sync. The sinker dives into the subject's mind and experiences their subconscious thoughts. But this dream is experienced as an observer, as though you were watching a play. The subject is the author, director, and actor. The sinker is merely the audience.
Alright, and who do you think the suspect is?
Peter, who do you think the culprit is?
Well, let's see. Perhaps it was you, Special Agent Dante.
What?
I'm kidding.
Alright, now oh, geez, hi boss. Thoughts on the suspect?
How would I know? We still don't have enough information. Continue your investigation, Special Agent.
She's like, why are you talking to me? Like, we have the witness right here. Talk to her.
No need to report specifics. We saw it all from here in the control room. What the sinker sees in Somnium is projected here, remember? We've got it all recorded.
Isn't it incredible? I invented it.
Anyway, we know about the figure you saw. I wonder who that could be.
About Mizuki's muteness.
Yeah, I'm glad she's talking again. You healed the wounds in her heart by syncing with her. Well, you meaning you and Iba.
The boss has extraordinary perception. I deserve much of the credit for helping Mizuki recover her voice.
All you did was follow my instructions.
Dante, Mizuki needs you. Protect her.
Do you have any questions? Yeah, why aren't you questioning Mizuki?
Right, there was something. Hey, Mizuki. When we found you, you were holding the ice pick, right? Can you tell us why?
When I got there, the ice pick was stuck in my mom's eye. I couldn't think straight.
So she did pull it out.
The only thing I could think was I had to get it out.
So you panicked and pulled it out.
Okay, so it wasn't like I thought, where like she was knocked out and it was put into her hand.
Yeah.
And you held on to it when you hid in the column.
Yeah.
Oh, Mizuki's voice is so cute. Aw. Mizuki is lying in the chair. She seems to be doing okay, but she's got that gloomy look in her eyes. I sympathize with her. Last night, she saw her mother. Well, she saw what no kid should ever have to see. It'll take a while for her to get back to normal. Alright, let's finally question her. So about that figure I saw. Well, first of all, let's ask, how are you doing? Let's not jump right into
I told you I'm fine. So annoying.
it.
I annoyed you already, huh?
The pressure is annoying.
What pressure?
Force over area measured in pascals, dummy.
Wow. He's like, I liked it when you were
I see
mute.
She is back to her usual self. Her attitude is within normal parameters.
She's 12 years old. She's becoming a teenager. That's about what you'd expect from a 12-year-old, I feel like.
I think I liked her better when she was
I literally said that. Oh man, oh man. Are you hungry?
I'm fine now, but I didn't forget your promise.
A promise?
Stu, you said you'd take me.
So you heard that, huh?
Aphonia only affects speech. Her hearing should still be intact.
Sure, Mizuki. When we're all done here.
About the figure I saw.
Say, Mizuki, who was that figure I saw?
What?
In Somnium, in your dream, I saw a silhouette.
Dante, Mizuki would not understand the question. She does not experience Somnium as you do. You are witnessing a dream inside her brain.
Okay. What happens if I say it again? She'd be like, I don't
Never
know.
mind. Did you see anyone at the merry-go-round the night you found Shoko?
I did. I saw someone in the corner past the merry-go-round.
Who did you see?
I don't know. It was dark and raining. They looked scary, so I hid inside the merry-go-round. The door was open a little bit, so I snuck in.
Alright, who sent you that message?
I can't tell you,
Why not?
because I don't want to.
That's not a reason. You were at the scene of the crime because of that Nile message. Whoever sent it to you is a prime suspect.
I don't think she is going to
Oh,
answer.
it must be someone that she's trying to cover up for. Maybe it was her dad. Maybe it was Iris.
When she is in a mood, it's impossible to get her to talk. That's the kind of girl she is.
Sometimes I think you know her better than I do.
How long do you think I've been observing her?
It's been 4 years now.
Correct. I know things that even you do not know.
Like? Actually, never mind. Some things I'm better off not knowing.
By the way, we already looked into Mizuki's cell phone. Unfortunately, the contents were wiped.
I'm tracing the sender of the Nile message through other means, but it's taking me some time.
Mizuki is lying in the chair. Okay. Anything else? Do you have any questions?
Okay, just one more question. This is very important. When you pulled out the ice pick, was Shoko's eye still there?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
The eye socket was empty.
Someone took the eyeball.
Thank
Iris
you,
might be
Mizuki.
right about the
That was
whole thing
very helpful.
about the all-seeing eye and stuff. The fact Iris knows all this stuff, maybe she secretly went to the crime scene because she wants to see how the investigation is going, to see if anyone has like, nobody would expect the person who did the crime to be like, I want to go to the crime scene. So I like how my immediate thing is like, it's Iris or it's the father.
Law shines in moments like this. She doesn't hesitate to ask anything.
Now we know that Mizuki did not remove the victim's eye,
When we got to the scene, it was definitely missing.
and it has not yet been recovered. We can therefore conclude it has been removed from the scene.
Alright, anything else? Summarize for me.
Anyway, I get the story. Mizuki witnessed a suspicious person at the scene, but she didn't get a good look at them.
Maybe there's something at the scene we missed. Dante, could you return to the scene of the crime? There might be more to Bloom Park than we first thought.
Okay, and anything else? Alright, let's go. When I returned to the scene, I brought Mizuki with me. I saw a suspicious figure in Somnium, but I couldn't be sure of its exact location. I brought Mizuki along to help pin it down.
Somewhere around here, right?
Yep.
Okay, are you cold?
What do you care? You never cared about me ever.
Wow.
And I liked it that way.
Wow. She really does have that preteen attitude, doesn't she?
I don't want you getting close to me. You think I like you now because I hugged you after the sink? Did you think, aw, how sweet, she likes
So
me?
obviously they don't have the best relationship, but at the same time, she apparently listens to him because, I think Ota said something about how she wouldn't go off with suspicious people or something like that. So she does listen to him, but I think it's just she doesn't know how to voice her appreciation or things, so it's just like, she's just moody.
Don't get it twisted. I only hugged you because you were standing right in front of me. Could have been anything. Could have been a pole or a cactus. In fact, I wish it were a cactus. So stop worrying about me, okay?
So she says.
Yeah, I do.
What do you remember?
I went to this amusement park when I was little. I was 4. I remember it so clearly. This is where I saw my mom and dad smile. I had so many happy memories here. The only happy memories I really have are from here.
So it's like someone knew that and they wanted to fuck it up by having Mizuki find her mother there to be like, now you will only have bad memories of this place.
Memories of my family are so bright and colorful. But now, this is where Mom...
That's kind of fucked up to basically be like, I'm gonna ruin like the few good memories that you have and just taint them. Alright, what's wrong? Gee, I wonder what's wrong, Dante. What could possibly be wrong about her coming back to the scene of where her mother was found dead?
Just wondering where this goes.
Mizuki is looking into the bush, or maybe behind it. Alright, let's check it out.
Aiba, what's past here?
This leads to the subway.
The subway?
It has of course closed down. It is no longer in service. This is due to the explosion at the chemical plant that occurred years ago. The surrounding district of Kawasaki was contaminated and declared off limits. Bloom Park closed for the same reason, as did all commerce and industry in Kawasaki. This means the railroads and public transportation to and from this area were shut down as well.
The subway. Aiba, does the entire track run underground?
No. The track leading northward from Bloom Park eventually rises to ground level.
At a railroad crossing?
Correct.
Then the tracks must cross a surface street at some point.
Correct.
A railroad crossing. Railroad crossing.
Aiba, do me a favor. Can you see if any cars were driving on that surface street last night?
Searching.
Hey, you've been quiet for a long time. Are you okay?
I'm just thinking.
I've got something. I picked up a single vehicle traversing that street last night. A black SUV. I ran the plate through the vehicle registration database to find the owner.
Who was it?
Shoko Nadami's
What?
ex-husband and Mizuki's father.
What? Of course, it's not going to be that simple, right?
Renji Okiura.
It's not going to be that simple.
So let me get this straight. You think that Daddy drove his car on the tracks through the tunnel, stopped at the closed down station, and carried Mom's body to the park?
I mean, when you think about it from a surface level, it makes sense why, after being questioned, suddenly he's just disappeared and, like, nobody can get a hold of him.
I can't.
And that does seem
Renji.
pretty suspicious that, like, his truck would be at that area.
There's a chance someone else was driving the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, in any case, I know that the suspect must have used the subway tracks. That explains why there were no cars parked near the scene. Using that subway station, you could take the body right to the merry-go-round without being caught on camera.
Daddy didn't do it.
I am not so certain.
Either way, I have to talk to Renji, and you can help me find him.
Alright, is, Mizuki gonna have any comments about anything? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, let's actually talk to her. Okay, about the suspicious figure.
Hey Mizuki, tell me again. The person you saw at the merry-go-round.
No, it wasn't Daddy. I know it wasn't.
You're sure?
Well, I don't know.
You look like you want to say something.
I don't want to say anything. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to anyone who thinks my daddy is a killer.
Look, I don't want to believe it either. I've known him for more than 5 years now. He's like family to me.
I'd never want to put cuffs on him. I would never want Mizuki to see that. Anyway, Renju just isn't the kind of guy who would commit a crime like this. So he says he's known Renju for 5 years, and he's had Mizuki for 4 years? What, like, you meet someone for a year, like you've known someone for a year, and be like, hey, can you take care of my daughter? Like, I need to know the whole, like, what is the deal with this whole thing, like, with him and his ex-wife and this guy that they know that he basically just says is like he was a drinking buddy who is taking care of their daughter for some reason, despite the fact that they both seem to be doing very well for themselves and they have a lot of money. I don't know. When was the last time you saw your dad?
I think about a week ago, when I went to hang out at Lemniscape.
Did you notice anything different about him?
Nothing really. He was the same as usual.
And he didn't come to see you in the hospital, did he?
No.
Not even for his own daughter.
That is very unusual.
When was the last time you spoke with your dad?
I don't remember. It was a while ago. What about you?
What about me?
You tried calling him.
I did. I called earlier, and I tried a few times last night.
And he didn't pick up?
No.
About the Nile message.
Mizuki. Renji sent you that Nile message, didn't he?
What?
Got this buddy of mine. Real bad personality, but real good with technology. Got some help from them.
Bad personality?
It was a message sent at 8:05 last night. Does it sound familiar? Mizuki, Daddy got caught up in something serious. Please come to Bloom Park's merry-go-round right away. Daddy needs your help. Please do as I say.
Wait, what? He knows the exact
Yeah, that was
message?
it.
Oh, wow, okay. Because they said they were still trying to decipher it.
It was from Daddy's phone.
Or is he just kind of like bullshitting and being like, this is what I think he would say?
But I didn't want to say anything because that would make Daddy a suspect, so...
So you kept quiet.
This is looking real bad for Renju.
Yeah.
It could have just been sent from Renju's phone from somebody else.
My dad's never said anything like that to me, ever. That he was counting on me? I had to go.
But you invited Ota along.
Bloom Park is in the middle of the Kawasaki district. There are a number of homeless individuals in a high crime rate there. Mizuki must have been worried about going alone.
And Ota, what a gentleman he was, just leaving her.
But it couldn't be him.
Why not?
Daddy couldn't have sent the message. Someone else must have used his phone. And his car. Daddy wasn't driving the car either. Somebody else did it. The killer did it, not Daddy.
The only evidence we have so far leads to one conclusion. The cell phone and the car were both operated by Renju Okiura. Dante, incoming call from the boss.
Connected.
Hey, I just got the report from Iba. Renju is a suspect?
He's definitely suspicious.
I agree. I think he's our #1 suspect. He's been acting strange since last night. He didn't come see Mizuki in the hospital, won't pick up his phone, and he vanishes after questioning. He doesn't have an alibi for the time of the murder either.
He doesn't?
No, not one we can corroborate.
So Renji was questioned at a local station?
That's right.
Then why didn't you keep him there?
Protocol. Nothing we could do. He wasn't a suspect then, and we had nothing to charge him with. We couldn't hold him.
Alright, any idea where Renju is?
No, I told you he vanished.
She's like, I'm getting real sick of your shit, Dante. You gotta learn to listen.
Where are you headed?
Renju's house.
Don't bother. I had local cops search the place. I didn't find anything.
Where could he be?
About Renju's questioning.
He didn't give us any new information. He didn't have much to say at all, really.
About Renju's alibi.
Shoko's time of death was estimated to be about 5 p.m. yesterday. Renju claims that he was at home alone at the time, but that means no one can back up his story.
I can see Boss through my left eye. Iba is streaming the image in real time. I don't have a cell phone, never cared for them. Oh, what a hipster. But Iba can connect to any network in range. That's how I'm able to communicate with HQ. To Mizuki, I look like I'm talking to a Bluetooth. She doesn't see what I see. Okay, anything else? Hang up the phone, yeah.
Alright, boss. Let me know if you find something.
You too. Keep me in the loop.
Where the hell did Renju go?
Sure Mizuki's gonna have some stuff to say about this.
Sunpoke?
What?
Sunpoke. Or something.
Oh, Sunfish Pocket. Renju was telling me about that place. It's a maid cafe that he runs.
I found it.
Oh, we're going to a maid cafe, of course.
Approximately 6.2 miles north-northeast, in Akihabara.
Yeah, wait. What? Wait, what? What? Well. Oh, poor Mizuki, man. She's gotta see both her parents dead. Shit. I was just thinking, I'm like, that looks like the place that Ota's mother runs for a second, and that's why I was like, what? But nope. Damn. Like, I know this is a pretty crazy scene, but all I can think of was like, this doesn't look like a maid cafe to me. It just looks like a seafood restaurant. Damn, and there's the eye. The eye again. Maybe Iris is onto something. Iris! Iris? I'm thinking like Iris is a flower, but Iris is also a part of the eye. She did it. Iris did it. Or maybe Ota's killing people and giving the eyes to Iris is like some sort of present. Damn, okay. Okay. Well, this just got a little bit more interesting. Mizuki is having a very bad couple of days. I wouldn't be surprised if she went mute again.
Have you been sleeping any?
My best friend was murdered, boss. I don't have it in me to sleep right now.
The music's certainly a lot more serious than normal is. But I can't take this seriously. Pewter, man, your clothes. Oh, wow. She's got quite the big desk. I didn't see all of this stuff over here last time. Bags hanging on a rack. Alright, I suppose I should actually, you know, have the conversation, the very tough conversation right now. But I'm just looking around to see if there's anything else that might have changed from the last time. Okay, let's talk to boss. About Renji.
You were the first on the scene, so you know this better than anyone, but Renji was murdered. No way this was a suicide. And the fact that his left eye was removed tells me that this was the same killer as Shoko.
So we are for sure dealing with a serial killer. And boss did mention last time about how it reminded her of a previous case, so maybe it was a serial killer who resurfaced, or a copycat killer.
Serial killer.
The new Cyclops killer.
What?
That's the nickname that's been spreading around headquarters.
And they say the new Cyclops killer, so it is someone repeating something that happened before.
New?
Yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. That boss wanted to keep a secret, or didn't want to tell me about.
Pewter.
Maybe it also has something to do with me. Maybe I lost my memory after that. Maybe I knew the victims from the first one. Maybe I had something to do with it.
There was no point in hiding it from him. He would find out on his own eventually. It's all over the news. These murders have gone viral, so to speak. The killings from 6 years ago have continued. The Cyclops killer is back.
So 6 years ago, so Dante would only have been 24 back then. Was he a cop all the way? Like, was he a junior cop, or like was he even a cop at that point?
6 years ago. Is that what you were talking about, boss?
Fine. I suppose you deserve to know.
Okay, what happened to Mizuki?
She's sleeping at the
She's
hospital.
gone mute again.
They're going to give her counseling.
I wouldn't
after
be
she wakes up.
surprised. I'm laughing, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I see.
That's pretty traumatizing to lose not one but two parents in a really garish way.
Her mother and her father. I hope she'll be okay.
How about you? Getting any sleep?
Of course not. I've still got a mountain of work piled up. Answering to the higher-ups, the press. I'm just taking a little breather.
About that incident 6 years ago.
We have a name for it down at HQ. The original Cyclops serial killings. To distinguish it from this new one. It was 6 years ago in October. 4 bodies were found in the mountains of Akikawa Valley.
Except this one it was all women, whereas this one it's women and men. But there's a connection. I wonder if there's a connection with these women or if it was just random.
But the decomposition of the corpses were all at different stages. They were each killed sometime during May to September of that year.
But they did have 2 things in common. They were all young women, and...
Each corpse was missing their right eye.
Ah, okay, right
Pulled
eyeball.
out
This one
posthumously.
is the left. Interesting. Cyclops.
A few days after the corpses were discovered, the killer sent a statement to the press. I killed them, and they are now my dear companions. Something
And
like
now
that.
there's my whole thing with my eyeball. What if because I lost my eye somehow. What if I was a victim of this killer, but they didn't actually kill me? There's a lot of eye stuff going on. There's Iris, like his eye is removed. These two different potential serial killer, or the same serial killer who's resurfaced. And this has nothing to do with, like, eye stuff, but let me look up. I've forgotten what her name. Iris literally just said it. Okay. Like the occult, she brought up the thing about the eye stuff. I'm like, she knows something, I feel like. Or unless she just happened to, you know, get it right without realizing it about stuff to do with eyes. The N system, a network of cameras and recording devices on Japanese highways that monitor vehicles and collect data, useful for criminal investigations, the bane of people driving around mistresses. Sinker, an agent that performs the sync. How about that? Okay, I think that's it. And yeah, alright, so let's get out of here. Let's get back to all this stuff.
He signed the statement under the name Cyclops, hence the name the Cyclops Killer.
The Cyclops is a mythological race of one-eyed giants. According to Greek myth, they are the children of Uranus, god of the sky, and Gaia, goddess of earth. Cyclops were known for their outstanding strength and smithing ability.
So the letter to the press wasn't a fake? It was the real killer?
Yes, it had to be.
A picture of one of the victims right after she was killed was sent along with the letter.
Boss is sitting on her desk. She looks tired like me. Alright, was the Cyclops captured? Nope. So it could be the same person who's coming
In 6
after
years, we never got a
the
single
left eye
trace.
instead of the right eye.
So maybe Cyclops is responsible for these murders as well.
No, that's impossible.
Okay.
Why?
For one, the original Cyclops killer only killed women. Renji doesn't fit that profile. Second, all of the victims had their right eyes removed. But Shoko and Renji...
We're missing their left eye.
The timing of the eye removal is also inconsistent.
Okay, I was gonna say sometimes serial killers can change their methods and their MOs.
The original Cyclops killer removed the eyes after the victims were killed. But Shoko and Renji were both still
Ugh,
alive.
that's horrible.
But even so, you can't say for sure this isn't our guy. Maybe they're just doing things a little
And
different.
how do you know for sure it's a guy? It could be a woman.
Or do you have another reason?
I'm sorry, Dante, I can't say anymore.
Bullshit, you can't.
It's a national secret.
How can it be a national secret?
Dante, please, forget about it. I told you already, you don't need to know anything about that case to investigate this one. The criminal for this case and the case 6 years ago are not the same.
Iba, bring up all investigation records of the original Cyclops serial killings.
Dante's like, how about I do it anyway?
I already had a look through the database while you were talking. Unfortunately, I found no relevant information. I also did not discover anything of note on the internet. Only amateur theories, all lacking credibility and evidence.
Some of those might be from Iris. Like I said, that girl definitely goes on conspiracy websites and stuff. Alright, Peter, what do you got to say? Any thoughts on the culprits? Why are you here anyway?
Renji had his left eyeball removed.
Right. Shoko too.
So perhaps, Mr. Dante, you are the
Peter,
killer.
you gotta stop with those jokes. Or maybe he's like, I'm not joking this
You're
time.
missing your left eye.
Here we go. We're going into the eye situation. Left eye.
So you steal them from others.
I got a cyborg eye that is also a hot girl who can do anything. Why would I just want ordinary eyeballs? That seems so, like, I don't know, so lowbrow.
I'm kidding. Only a joke.
I'm too tired for your jokes right now, Peter.
Actually, you lost your eye 6 years ago, correct?
Yes, but I don't remember anything from back then. I lost my eye and my memories.
I was transplanted into your empty eye socket a year later. We have been together for more than 5 years.
Alright, you seem troubled, Peter.
2 murders, one right after the other. How could I not be?
And the big question, why are you here?
Am I not allowed to be here?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I was here first. I was just talking to the boss about Renju's murder.
I love that I come in afterwards and I'm like, why are you here? Damn. Oh, a tombstone. R.I.P. Oh, okay. There are wine bottles lined up. Okay, anything else? Anything else, boss? Any other information?
That's all we have for now.
All right.
Special Agent Dante, we need you to continue your work.
Right. I think I'll head back to where Renji was found. Sunfish Pocket.
Dante, you're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep before you continue your investigation?
I'm fine. Let's go, Iba.
Understood.
Interesting names. This guy, has a strange way of naming the things that he owns. Sunfish Pockets, whatever his talent agency is called. Wow, I'm surprised I'm bringing her with. That
The
seems...
vehicle is accelerate. Did you put anything in the trunk?
No?
What about the back seat?
Back seat.
Oh, he doesn't realize she's there. She snuck in.
Did I put anything in there?
You could have put a gold brick in there and it wouldn't slow us down this much. Have you checked the back seat?
Oh, right.
I love how
I can't
she's...
just turn around and look while I'm driving.
There's something called a mirror.
Just check the rearview mirror.
Alright.
Mizuki!
Hey, watch out! Eyes forward, stupid!
Mizuki climbed up to the front and sat on the passenger seat. What are you doing here? Well, let's look
What
first.
are you looking at me for? Watch the road.
I always have my head like this when I drive.
You were looking forward before.
No, I was just projecting an illusion. This is the real me.
You project an illusion when you're by yourself?
She is sharp.
I ditched the hospital. They're probably freaking out over there right now.
I'm taking you back.
No, don't! Nothing will change if I stay at the hospital.
She wants to help investigate. What is it with all of these people who, like, there was Iris who wants to, like, okay, Mizuki, I understand. She has a personal connection. And maybe Iris does too. But, yeah, it's weird that I get all these tag-alongs to these murder scenes.
You're going to investigate, right? Take me with you. I can help.
How is a little runt like you gonna be any help?
I'm Renju's daughter. Maybe I'll notice something you don't. Something only his daughter would know.
I don't know.
My daddy was killed. I can't just stay at the hospital.
Fine. But don't say I never did anything for you.
You're going to take me along?
Just promise not to interfere with the investigation.
Got it.
Alright, do you want to catch the suspect? Gee, what a silly question to ask. Of course she does.
No, it's more like I don't like sitting still and moping all day. I've grown out of my brooding, pretentious teenager phase.
You're not even a teenager yet.
Odd thing for a preteen to say.
Oh man, imagine how she's gonna be as a teenager.
Are you not aware of Mizuki's mental prowess? She is far more developed than her classmates. She is even reading psychology papers by Alfred Adler.
Sounds pretentious to me. Hey, about Renju. Do you have anything to tell me? Anything at all that might help?
Well, it's not about Daddy, but I heard from Daddy that Mom had a secret.
Shoko had a secret?
Oh, okay. What is Shoko's secret?
Did you know that Mom was the representative of an investment company?
Yeah, I did.
That whole company was a big scam.
A scam?
Well, I don't know the details. They start up a company to get people to invest in it, then shut it down on purpose and keep the money. She got really rich like that.
Shoko did this?
Okay, well I can see why people would be after her.
By herself?
No, dummy. Of course it was with other people. I saw gangsters there sometimes. If she ever got into trouble, she had them take care of it.
I am scanning all known crime databases, but I cannot find any reports referencing this. They must have been extraordinarily careful.
Anyway, I'm glad you're okay.
I'm not okay.
So, you want to go back to the hospital? I'd be more than happy to drop you off.
That's not what I meant. Why are you always so pushy, Dante?
I'm not pushy, I'm just worried.
You've got a weird way of showing it. Doesn't look like you're worried. You're just weird.
You've always got something smart to say, huh? You're just like Renji.
Dante.
What about Daddy?
Nothing.
You have no tact, do you? This is why you're single and always will be.
Oh, damn. Mizuki dropping truth bombs.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. I look like a single father when you're around. Chicks love it.
Yeah, chicks love to see creepy old men hanging out with a 6th grader.
Hey, what are you implying?
He's I'm older than he is. Don't call him old. Ah.
Ooh, did I make you mad? Now I'm stuck in a car with an angry old creepy pervert.
I am not an old, creepy pervert.
He's like, I'm not old.
And even if you were my age, you're not my type.
Ew, I don't want to know about your type.
They sound like father-daughter to me a little bit.
Hey, you started it.
Stupid old man.
Punk-ass kid.
Oh no, there's so much more I want to ask her. Ah, well. Like, how did you get there anyway? Like, how did she break out of the hospital? Mizuki and I walked back into Sunfish Pocket.
Ah, Detective Dante. Good to see you, sir. And this is...
He's like, you gotta stop bringing girls to, you know, crime scenes.
Have you looked through the case file yet?
Oh, I am so sorry. She's the victim's...
Yes. Please let us through.
Alright. Oh, can I actually move around? Oh, no, not yet. Okay. Alright. What's your name? I will immediately forget it.
What?
Oh, it's the same guy. He's like, are you serious?
I was asking for your name.
He's so mad.
Is Kagami.
Okay, I'm not gonna give this guy a breakdown. I will leave it at that.
No, we didn't find anything today.
Are you getting enough rest?
No, not these past few days.
I thought so. Once this is over, get some rest, alright?
You too, Detective Dante.
Okay, one more time. One more time. What's your name?
It's Kagami.
Okay, I can't help myself.
Kagami? I told you, it's Kagami!
I'm just gonna blame it. I'm sleep deprived. I'm sorry.
I told you my name like 5 times!
Actually, you've probably told me your name like 10 times. Okay. I'm gonna stop now. Renji's corpse was hung up by 3 wires. The wires were tied to 3 kegs.
Each keg has a capacity of 20 liters. All 3 kegs were filled, in approximately 55 pounds each.
An evidence marker. It's a little marker that's put up to track evidence at the scene. Doorway to the kitchen.
The corpse was strung up near this counter.
The autopsy report indicates that the contents of the victim's intestines were excreted upon death.
Ooh, lovely.
But no
Ugh.
traces of that have been found in the area.
So it was another case of
itself.
being moved. And once again, it was at places that were like, with her, the mom, it was at, I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it seems like a weird spot to put a body unless, you know, there's a reason for it. Taken to the park where they used to go as a family. And then with this guy strung up in his own restaurant.
This evidence makes it highly likely that Renji was killed somewhere else. It must have been considerably difficult to carry more than 150 pounds.
What do you mean?
Renji weighed approximately 158 pounds. I can estimate a person's weight by analyzing their bone structure, muscle, and fat.
The store signboard. It says Sunfish Pocket. Are we gonna get into, like, is there, like, what does Sunfish Pocket mean? I don't know. It's a light that looks like a jellyfish. Probably not a clue. I'm gonna get distracted by the cute girls over here. There are pictures of girls on display. Probably the girls that are working here.
What are you
Once again,
staring at?
this does not look like a maid cafe. I don't know what a maid cafe looks like, but this just looks like a really tacky seafood restaurant. I'm like, is this what maid cafes look like?
Creeper.
I agree.
You can't even deny it. Mizuki. You can leave if you need. Well, let's look first. Mizuki's looking at the spot where we found Renji.
Hey, are you doing okay?
Oh, sorry. Just staring.
If you're having a hard time, you can tell me.
I'm fine. It's not like the body is lying here.
Alright, you can leave if you need to.
I thought I already told you. Sitting around rotting away in that hospital would be worse.
Still.
I know what you're trying to say. For a little girl to find her dad like that and then want to go back to the scene, I think it's totally weird, right?
In fairness, it is also weird for an adult policeman to acquiesce such
Damn,
a request
Iba.
from a child.
Poor Dante's just getting it from all sides.
But this is what I wanted. I didn't want to run away from it. I wanted to confront it. I didn't want to be weak.
Notice anything strange?
You were telling me earlier that you could spot things only a daughter would know.
I know what I said.
So be of some use,
I'll
girl.
tell you if I notice anything.
Alright, do you remember what you saw last night? Yeah, I'm pretty
How
sure
could I
she
forget?
remembers.
I'll never be able to get that image out of my head. Not until the day I die.
Notice anything strange? She's like, leave me alone.
Did you hear me? I said I'll tell you if I see anything.
Hey, talk to, what's his face over there? Kagami. Hey, I remembered his name. I have a bad memory. I'm sleep deprived. Give me a break here. Oh, there's a security camera. What's the status?
Nothing special.
The officer is guarding the doorway.
Iba, did you get anything from the surveillance camera?
Unfortunately, no. All of the recordings from local surveillance equipment have been erased.
Of course.
What about backups?
There are none. Nothing was uploaded to the cloud either.
A register near the doorway. Store's menu.
Dragon's Palace Pasta. 1800 yen. 1800?
Isn't that pretty average?
This is average?
Well, she has two rich parents. Her idea of average is pretty skewed, I think. You can see the kitchen back there. Nothing looks suspicious. Okay, there's something obviously here that... Oh, a chair. That's an interesting looking chair. Okay, anything else? Anything else? This club is located on the second floor of the building. We use the elevator to get here.
Iba, can you check the operation records of this elevator?
Searching. Found it. The elevator records are sent automatically to building management. According to the record from yesterday, from 6:30 p.m. until the body was found, this elevator stopped on the second floor only once, at 8:55 p.m. The weight of the car's cargo was approximately 310 pounds.
Jeez, you're... Pushy men are seen as desperate. This is why no one likes you. Besides, Dante? Never mind. Just do your investigation or whatever.
What was she gonna say?
Now is not the time to worry about such things.
And Kagami's like, he's a bully, isn't he? He's not very nice. He doesn't listen. The elevator only stopped on the second floor once last night. 8:55 p.m. and with about 310 pounds inside. Okay, so he's 158 pounds, and then whoever is the one bringing him. So that makes sense. That's a weight of two average-sized people. This oil drum must be some kind of interior
The
decor.
capacity of this oil drum is 200 liters. It weighs approximately 44 pounds when empty.
Let me check inside.
Oh, something in there. It's like a watch or something?
What?
There's something inside.
I stepped up to the drum.
This is the oil drum.
This is the kind of oil drum that has a lid, right?
Correct.
Let's open it.
Oh, it is a watch.
This is... This is the wristwatch Renji always wore. No doubt about it. But how did this get here?
Let's ask Mizuki if she knows anything about the watch.
Okay?
Yeah, I am. Don't you have an investigation to do? Or are you stalling?
What's your name? I'm gonna stop that. Oh, this poor guy. Can I talk to any of these policemen about it? Or do I need to investigate the keg a little bit more? The oil drum, I should say. Renji's wristwatch was inside the oil drum. Okay. Oh, a box? Empty wooden box. Okay, so we got the watch. What do I do from here? Oh, zoom in. Oh, that is ghoulish.
The autopsy report discovered the presence of benzodiazepine. It is a common sedative. The dosage found in the victim's bloodstream was extremely high. It can be assumed that Renju's cognitive functions were heavily impaired before his death.
But he was still alive when his eye got taken out, which, you know, all the drugs in the world, that still suck. The right eye. The right eye is still there. The left eye has been pulled out.
This case bears similarity to Shoko's. The left eyeball was removed while the victim was still alive.
Oh, it looks like he was strangled or something beforehand, so there are deep impressions left on his neck.
Strangulation?
Correct.
But not enough to kill him.
The face shows clear signs of congestion.
Or maybe he was strangled
petechia around the face and throat.
after his eye was taken out, and then he was brought here and propped up.
Both are clear evidence of asphyxiation.
Any indication of the murder weapon?
Most likely a twisted piece of cloth.
So with him, he was... Okay, with him, he was strangled. With Shoko, she was stabbed.
The culprit approached Renju from behind and wrapped the cloth around his neck, choking him in an attempt to suffocate him. The specific cause of death is cerebral circulation failure due to vessel closure in the neck. Put more simply, the suspect strangled Renju to death from behind.
Do we have an estimated TOD?
Yesterday, around 8 p.m.
So Renji was murdered about 2 hours before Mizuki and I found the body.
The time of discovery was 10:20 p.m. You of course already know this, but you and Mizuki were the first to discover Renju's corpse. The body was hanged from the ceiling, similar to how a fish would be.
Oh, a fish. I guess he runs a seafood restaurant. Okay, I see.
A thick hook was embedded in the upper jaw, and the wires connecting to the hook were strung up on one of the ceiling beams. There was also a hook on the other end of each wire. The 3 beer kegs were attached to these hooks. We have found no fingerprints.
Alright, there we go.
I think we've checked everything we need to.
Okay.
I agree. We should compile our evidence and inferences.
Mizuki, you ready to leave?
What? But we aren't done investigating.
What do you mean?
There are still people I want to talk to.
Okay, any places you can think of I don't know about.
Well, there is one place. Have you heard of Golden Yokocho in the entertainment district? Daddy used to go to a place called Marble a lot. Maybe they know something about him.
Okay, do you want to talk to Ota?
Yeah. Oda is in here all the time. He might know something. I'll call him.
Ota's phone is broken. He dropped it in a puddle.
Sounds like Ota. He's so clumsy.
We'd have to talk to him in person.
He's probably at Lemniscate or Matsushita Diner.
Do you want to talk to Iris?
Yeah. Daddy owned Lemniscate and Iris works for them. She used to work here too.
So she
Oh,
might know
okay.
something.
I'll call her.
Mizuki tried calling Iris, but there was no answer. I wouldn't be surprised if Iris is going to be the next one that we find dead.
Any
Like,
idea
everyone
where
who
she might
I
be?
think might be a suspect is going to end up dead.
I don't know. Iris is into a lot of things.
Alright, let's head out.
Lemniscate, Matsushita Diner, and Marble. Let's head out.
Okay.
Alright, well, that's a lot of places for us to check out, and I've been playing for a decent amount of time, so I think we'll wrap it up here. So, we've got a second murder. Poor Mizuki, both of her parents have died under sort of similar circumstances, but not at the same time. The big thing, of course, being the eye thing. A lot of eye stuff being brought up this episode. And Iris seemed to know a lot about that kind of stuff, like whether she's on track with the whole thing about like sacrificial murders or what. But we're gonna be talking to some people, see if we can find out some more information. It just seems like everybody's connected in some way, especially like Iris seems to be popping up a lot. So I have a little bit of a suspicion about her. So we'll just have to wait and see if we can find out more information about that in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Nana, Sparky, Dumbass Loser, Tequila Mockingbird, Puncake G, Derek Nickel, Harry Gazif, Asborn Kennedy, and Icognito.